Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Sundays with me, Luke, on Self-Tea Made. This week we've been talking about the things that we didn't know about tea when starting tea and that we have learned since being on tea. So, I've been on testosterone for, I'm gonna say 7.5 months. I'm either a month out or I'm not out at all, but whatever. And I did do a lot of research into the things that tea would do to my body and to my mentality and all of that stuff, and I still was surprised by certain things. Mostly, the main thing is how much it affected my moods, and it's kind of hard to describe this. I'm not without sounding like I'm just an absolute dick now, but I'm a lot more blunt and short-tempered and quick to irritate than I ever was pre-tea. I've always been a pretty chill person, and I do still try to be. I have problems with anxiety, so that kind of messes up with the whole being a chill person thing, but overall I think that I am quite calm. I don't really anger. But since being on tea, I've noticed that my fuse is definitely shorter, and instead of going to being sad and upset, I feel irritated, and I don't always act on those feelings. Usually I'm just oh, this is weird, and I shove it down, or I deal with it in whatever way. But sometimes it's just oh my god, why am I so irritated about this thing that's not important? And it's kind of, as I say, it's hard to explain without sounding like I'm just a dick now, because I'm not super angry or anything. It's just that in my mind, instead of being upset by things, when I'm upset by things, I feel it as irritation and anger, and it's kind of been a really big learning process, and it still is a learning process to figure out how to deal with my emotions again now, and that's really the biggest thing that I didn't know. Other things are that I didn't really know how hard it would be to not compare to other people taking testosterone. I know, and I say it to myself all the time whenever I think about it. I don't really think about it as much now as I did in the beginning, but not comparing yourself, whereas it's really easy to say in theory, oh, I won't compare myself to other people taking testosterone, this is my own individual thing. But when you get onto the YouTube and stuff, and you're just oh, this person is X amount of months on tea, so am I, they have this changes, I have these changes, it is pretty hard not to compare, and sometimes that comparison is oh, I'm further along than you, whatever the hell that means, and sometimes it's oh, you're so much further along than me, and I just have to take into account that every person is different, and everybody's transition is different, and we all know that logically, but sometimes the reality feels a little different. So those are really the main things, I guess. Oh, the only other thing is that none of the men in my family are particularly hairy, so I was kind of surprised by how quickly my body hair started filling in, and I do not have a massive amount of body hair, but it was just surprising that within I can't even remember, I'm gonna say 2 months, but if I look back at my actual tea updates, I'll be able to tell better than that. That might be totally wrong. My legs were really hairy, and my stomach was starting to get hairy, and I knew that these things would happen to me eventually, but I just didn't really anticipate how quickly. Within the first week, I started getting new hairs on my knees and stuff, and I just didn't really anticipate that would happen as quickly. But I mean, I'm glad that it did. I knew it would happen, I just didn't register how quickly it would happen. And with other things, I also know that they will happen, but I didn't really register how slowly or quickly they would happen, depending on the various different things, because everyone's transition is different, and every person is different. So yeah, those are really the main things that I kind of didn't really fully comprehend about tea, but as I said, I did do a lot of research, and I would recommend doing that if you are thinking of taking testosterone. Definitely do your research. There are loads of first-hand accounts on the internet of things that it can do. There are also like actual medical publications that tell you bang, 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 the things that testosterone will do to your body. So definitely look into that, but I'm sure that every single person is still going to be surprised by something, because you just don't think about everything, I suppose. I've been talking for 5.5 minutes already. I didn't really realize that. So I'm going to cut it off now. I hope you've all had a fantastic week, and I'll catch you guys next Sunday. Bye for now.